Hey guys, I'm Elena Kotauri, and this is Voices of Lilith. Have you ever wondered how female musicians experience the world? I myself am a vocalist, a voice coach, and a guitarist. Our metal community has grown to be a diverse and highly artistic world. So, in this podcast series, we give a voice to the female musicians which create and shape our music. We dive deep into their unique experiences so you can find a way to connect to their visions and be empowered in your actions now. Let's find new ideas, raise awareness, and stick together. Are you as excited as I am? Let's hop in.
Hey guys, welcome to another awesome episode. Today we have a smashing and brutal vocalist here. Eissa is from Denmark and her band Morphide is playing progressive and alternative metal. They just released their new single and music video, Panopticon. It's so good to have you here today, Eissa. Welcome to Voices of Lilith.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Great. So, how are you guys doing during this COVID pandemic, and how is the music scene in Denmark generally surviving these days?
Well, I think as for the whole world now, it's a bit complicated. Honestly, we don't have any shows. Bands have been trying to do something so far, but they had everything rescheduled, postponed. So I would say that there's no metal scene right now if we talk about performances and live shows. But people are trying to produce new music, and I think this is what we're seeing now in 2021. We see, these beautiful consequences of everybody being stuck at home for 2020 and releasing lots of incredible music. So I think everybody is just stuck in their studios, so do we, and try to release a new music.
Right. So, but that's the beauty of today's technical standards, right? You're able to record from home and produce and so on. You don't have to go outside to a big studio anymore and rent it,
That's
so, yeah.
true.
Cool. And could you briefly describe the ideology of your band and what the main message of your recent release Panopticon is?
Sure. Basically, our band was created by me and my very good friend from school, who happened to be my husband. So we just
Cool.
always wanted to do some music, and we had very good connection. And we kind of felt that we want to create music which, is important for us and which we personally would like to listen to. And we kind of felt the necessity to create it as some kind of breathing thing. So, it has these waves, ups and down. And the same goes also for lyrics. Often we have songs that, have some happy starting and then some kind of crushing emotional breakdown or something. And then again, everything's so happy and then again. So something like that you can see in our recent single Panopticon. It's about toxic relationships. And we have melodic parts, and then we kind of have a heavy parts. And melodic parts have this message of, beautiful feeling of nostalgia, of those like cool moments you had with person, and it was so nice. And then you have this hard, heavy parts when you realize that you have to break out from all of this crap and it's not doing good for you. So basically this is what we're trying to do with the rest of our songs, and different topics, but mostly oriented on personality and a person and struggles we as humans go through, like social aspects. So yeah, it's basically something that I felt myself, and I just want to communicate these ideas which I feel are kind of important.
All right. And could you tell us a little more about your journey as a vocalist? How did you evolve to the musician that you are today?
It was a very long journey. I mean, some people just tell me like, oh, you're just so talented. And I'm like, yeah, of course, it's just a talent. But of course, no. I mean, I started singing when I was 9, and it was classical vocals with almost opera coach, and then I kind of shifted to more heavy style. I just had my first band in Latvia when we've been living there, and we played some new metal, and I realized that, oh my gosh, I thought I can sing, but I can't sing, this style at all. I sound horrible, and I had this necessity to evolve somehow, and then I tried to find myself my sound and learn how to scream and sound aggressive. And I was blowing up my voice like a lot. And at some point I thought like, I can't do this anymore. That's not gonna happen. That's horrible. So I started to search for vocal coaches, and I had lots of them, and they've been very, very expensive. So my journey as a vocalist was very long and very expensive, but it was the healthy way. And I don't think I'm that talented. I think I'm more like hardworking. So I think I kind of learned it, the hard but the right way, so I don't blow up my voice anymore.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes years to evolve the technique, right? And yeah, as you just said, different vocal coaches, experience from other people. Because when I started, I had huge difficulties as well. I hurt myself through screaming and everything, so I really had to go through this whole process and years. And now my technique is fine, but yeah, same here. So it's really important to have a coach, right?
Yes, and it's also, I had many coaches talking about accepting your like true voice, because you listen to somebody and you're like, oh, I really want to sound like that, but like you can imitate the technique, but it's your voice, you will have something different. And I also had this, part where you just have to accept your voice and like feel fine with it. It's you, it's you will sound like you, and that's the cool part about it.
Right, so. Right. And you will also start listening to your own recordings and your own voice everywhere. And it's going to be difficult in the start, but you will get used to it, right?
Definitely. I think everybody has this, breakdown when they listen to their recordings for the very first time. They're like, oh my God.
Yes, definitely. Especially the first recordings when you don't get the technique right and you're like, oh my God.
I think when you don't have this right technique and then you record yourself, it's actually that moment when you actually hear all those nuances which you never knew you even had, and then you listen to it like, oh my gosh, like this and this is breaking and this is horrible and this, and I thought I can hit that note, and you're like, oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so flat.
Yeah. Is it really me? I mean, is it a microphone? Maybe we should, change something.
Yeah. It's not me. It can't be me.
Yeah.
Cool. What would be your most important tips to aspiring vocalists who are not yet familiar with producing extreme sounds?
I think, my main tip would be just keep trying as much as you can. I mean, not in one day, obviously. I mean, you need to learn how to do breaks when you're exhausted and your voice is exhausted. But I mean, it's not like you just unexpectedly understand it and you're like, oh yeah, now I'm a singer, No, it's a journey. It's a very long journey, and you have to just take it to one by one, step by step. Every day you do a little bit of it, and eventually I think it happens. I mean, I had this moment when I kind of started learning to scream. I got this basic fry sound, but I couldn't make it to fry scream. And then one day I realized I have a fry scream. So I'm like, what did I do? I was just practicing every day, but I can't say like what exactly did I change. So guys, practice, keep practicing. It's gonna happen. You're gonna learn everything. It's just, it's patience.
For sure. And also the mind-body connection, right? Like, as you just said, it takes years, or it takes a long time sometimes to just have this connection to your body and be aware of the different sensations. And yeah, it just happens. Almost by itself. It's like magic.
Yes. And I mean, if you have money and you're, unsure about something, try to find a good coach. Not just the guy that was recommended by, your mom's friend, and you're like, oh, this girl, she actually sings. No, you need to find, in my opinion, first, you need to find a coach who sounds like you would like to sound. So he can exactly say, yeah, you're doing this one and I'm doing this one, so you could try doing this. So, but I know it can be expensive. So if you don't have money, then just keep listening to yourself, to your voice. If you feel you're exhausted, stop. If you feel like you need advice, there are plenty of actually coaches on YouTube, and they respond. I tried that, and they respond. So that's a
awesome.
pro tip for people who don't have money, like musicians.
Yeah.
I usually I use the technologies as much as I can, and I just reach out to my favorite vocalists. I mean, like professional vocalists. What happened with Dan Tompkins? I had a vocal, like he had given me a couple of lessons when he was doing that. So I just kind of jumped in the train. Yeah. So don't be shy. Just reach out to people.
Exactly. And usually, I mean, most of the people are really nice, so they reply, as you just said. I mean, there are some people who are not, but most of them are.
I mean, it's surprising how sweet some professional musicians are. Like, you look at them like stars, but they're just so humble and nice people. You're just gonna be shocked.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome advice. And let's talk about the female experience in metal. What is your take on this? Have you had any particular positive or negative experiences as a woman in the music scene?
I think so far I have only positive experiences. I'm very lucky. I mean, I think people treat me very well, not depending on, my sex or whatever. I mean, I had some people, obviously it's a matter of subjective taste, who are like, yeah, I think that women should be, like gentle butterflies, and they should sing like only clean, beautiful voice.
For sure.
And yeah, I think this can happen, and it's okay because everybody has his preferences, has his taste. But I think so far I had many people who have been really encouraging me to do what I do, and they have been telling like, yeah, I'm so glad to see like more people on the music stage, and like, yeah, you girls rock. So I think there was a couple of years ago, there was this, I don't know, explosion of a really cool, extreme female vocalist who just shown that like, yeah, we can do that, and the world was like, yeah, welcome.
Right.
Just go.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, because I think this evolved to the stage, right? Before, like back then when there was only Angela Gosso of Arch Enemy, it was a different time for females as well.
So I think we really have to appreciate those women who just went and did this, dirty job for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they were struggling. I really think they were struggling, but now I think it's so much better. So thank you to all those women who did this for us.
Exactly. Somebody has to take the first step, but that's awesome.
Right.
Awesome to hear. Are there any other important lessons that you learned as a musician that you would like to share with us?
I mean, I learned that for me personally, there is no such thing as inspiration. I think that many people see musicians like a very talented, inspired persons who just, just take their time, and they're like, oh, I have this blessing from whatever, and I just write a perfect song, and then I just, the song goes viral on radio, and then you just drink, I don't know, and just enjoy your life. And unfortunately, maybe the times have changed, so, you have to work hard. As every profession, you can't rely on such thing as, some kind of one-way inspiration. You have to search for your inspiration. And for me, what works the best is just when I start working, I'm like, I don't feel like I can do anything today, but I will go to my studio and I will spend 1 hour trying to sing something, trying to just, jam, maybe come up with something. And then unexpectedly I realized like, oh, I really like this one. Oh, I know I can evolve this one. And it's like, it's work. You
Sure.
search for your inspiration. You don't wait until it comes for you.
Right.
So I think for me, the main realization was that in order to, find your inspiration, you actually have to go and search for it and try everything you can to achieve it. So this was something that I really had to learn. Like, you can't rely on your feelings. You have to have a schedule, and you have to do your best to, keep being present.
Right, and in today's world, musicians also have to take on a lot of jobs, right? It's not only you write your songs and that's it. I think many people have this image of, they're just writing songs, sitting in the studio all day, drinking, taking whatever substances, but that's not accurate, actually. So we have to do all this promotion stuff and management, and especially underground bands who don't have a label or management, so...
That's so correct. I think there are still many people who hope that, they will release an album and then some kind of, I don't know, man from a huge company will reach out to them and like, oh, we're gonna make you huge, you're gonna be such success. No, guys, these people don't come. And if they come, they're usually scam. Don't trust them.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a couple of those people like, oh, we're a cool label, we're gonna promote you. Like, how? We're gonna promote you on Facebook. Yeah, how? We're gonna add you to the playlist. You're like, yeah, what kind of playlist? Yeah, and you're like,
Mm-hmm. And you just pay us like $500.
Yeah, and we're gonna take all your revenue from your songs. Yeah,
exactly. Awesome. Interesting to hear. All right, so that's it already. Thank you so much for your time at this conversation. Could you tell our audience where they can follow your work and what they could do in order to support your vision?
Well, we're band Morphide, and you can find our Facebook page, you can find our Instagram page, you can find our YouTube channel, YouTube channel, and a Spotify. We're basically Morphide everywhere, and we sell merch, so if you want to support us, you can buy our merch line. We're very, classic musicians. On YouTube, we do covers, try to entertain people as much as we can. On Instagram, we try to chat with people, so, it's like I kind of feel like we're more like a community, not just a band. So if you want to find us, feel free to check our social media.
All right, support these guys. Thank you so much, Eissa.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast. I hope it brought new insights to you and may become food for your thoughts. If you like this episode and would like to follow me along my mission, I'd be so happy about every form of support. Rate this podcast and follow me on elenacortauri.com or on Instagram or Facebook. I would love to connect with you there. Until next time, horns up.